every 25 years, there's a boom in the cigar industry, in the roaring 20s. During World War II, when the US government was buying up every cigar that anyone can make, in 1964, when the Surgeon General's report came out, and there was a boom 25 years later in the early 90s when Cigar Aficionado magazine came out. And hopefully, 25 years from now, there'll be the next boom.
It's Drew Newman right there. That's J.C. Newman. You guys play in two very interesting spaces. You've got Brick House, which is definitely a cigar for the budget conscious, but a great cigar. Then you've got the entire Diamond Crown line.
Right.
So you can be taking care of somebody, and I'm using the pricing that I see, that $8 range, you can be taking care of somebody in that $20, $25 range.
Our Brick House cigars are a great example. A lot of times consumers will equate quality with price.
See it all the time.
And I've heard a lot of consumers say, you know, Brick House is too cheap of a cigar. I want a better cigar. I want a $10 cigar. But the reality is our Brick House cigars are of the same quality, have the same tobacco ingredients, the same skilled rolling, the same aging and fermentation, the same quality overall as a $10, $11 cigar from Nicaragua. The difference is our costs are lower. We're an old company. We've paid for our factory long ago. We have the efficiencies of the economies of scale, so our cost plus pricing is a lot lower. We have longevity, we have history, and so our success comes from telling our story. When I can speak with you as a consumer and tell you that the Brick House was a house that my great-grandfather was born into in Austria-Hungary. That's a brand that we've been selling since the 1930s, that we own our own factory, that we invest in the best tobacco possible. That is a secret to our success. We've got the story, it's authentic, it's real, and that seems to resonate with consumers. And I think once people hear our family story, they want to give Brick House, they want to give Diamond Crown, they want to give one of our cigars a try, and it seems to work.
This boom, this over $1.3 billion that has grown in the cigar industry, are we going to see coming into 2022 a real slowdown in the ability of the retail shop to have the stock that they used to have?
Our family's been making cigars for 126 years, and what we've seen in that time is that every 25 years, there's a boom in the cigar industry. There's a boom in the 1920s and the roaring 20s. And during World War II, when the US government was buying up every cigar that anyone can make, there was a boom then too. And then the 1964, when the Surgeon General's report came out that first provided a warning about cigarettes, cigar consumption rose, and there was a boom 25 years later in the early 90s when Cigar Aficionado magazine came out. And so it's no surprise to us that 25 years later, there's another boom yet again. And hopefully, 25 years from now, there'll be the next boom. There's a slowdown after the boom, and there's a market stabilization, I'll say. And so from our perspective, we see this increased consumption of cigars lasting maybe to the end of this year, and next year it will probably plateau. We make a natural agricultural product. Our cigars are made with leaves that are grown, and they're harvested, they're naturally fermented, they're aged. It takes about 3 years from when a seed is planted until we can use it on a cigar.
A large amount of boutique brands that have come to this show.
Right.
The boutique brand can get over this hump and could have planned in a way that allows them to get through 2022?
I think with boutique brands, it is a great opportunity for them. Because retailers' shelves are relatively bare right now, it's a lot easier to get a new cigar into a store because a lot of retailers can't buy what they normally would. There's a lot of back orders, a lot of out of stocks. I think where it's going to be very hard with the boutiques is a year from now, when the market stabilizes, when things return to normal, when it plateaus, what's it going to be like for the boutiques that don't have the long established relationships, the sales teams that we and other longer term old school companies have. Hopefully many of them will be able to get their foot in the door, get enough momentum to carry them through the natural slowdown that's going to come.
Forecasting out, not just the next year, the next 5 years, bullish or bearish on the industry?
I think the industry is in a healthy place. And I think we're going to continue to grow, but it's going to be more incremental growth. And so we might see 3% increases year to year. We've seen a steep increase in demand in the last 15 months or so. I think it's going to level out and plateau, and I think that's a good thing, and that's healthy for the industry.
If you head down to Ybor City, to the Tampa area, and you check out the factory, you will see the original clock face.
That's right.
Is there. The last original clock face is there. A pleasure, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Come visit us in Tampa, and let's do more of this in Tampa. Record a show from our rolling room where we're rolling cigars, smoking cigars on the factory floor. Let's do it.
Is this an invitation?
It is more than an invitation. It's an expectation.
Oh, damn.
We want you to come to Tampa. We'll roll cigars together. We'll smoke cigars together. We'll work with tobacco, and we'll be able to experience the history of American cigar making in the oldest cigar factory in the United States.